All right, well, not too long ago, we looked at a budget 3-watch collection. That was 3 watches for $150. Today, we're going to up the price to $300 and see what we can make. And we're going to focus this on sort of a blue-collar watch collection. Let's get into it. All right, today we're going to look at another 3-watch collection, and you guys remember I did one of these a little while back, and we did 3 watches for $150. The last one was a budget collection. If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you guys to go back and watch that one first if you get a minute. We're going to kind of use some of the same strategies for this collection, but obviously we're increasing our budget. So that collection, we looked at 3 pieces. That we looked at a casual watch, a dress watch, and a beater watch. We're going to kind of try and fill those same 3 watches today, but this time we've increased the limit. And the other thing we've done is this watch is a collection geared towards someone who's not dressing in a suit every day, who doesn't need to wear a dress watch every day of the week, but they probably have to, some occasions where they would need to wear a dress watch or would like to. So that's going to be included in the collection. The reason I want to do that is because I think the type of collection that you want to build really should revolve around the type of watches that you wear. So if you're the kind of person who wears a suit every day, I would spend most of my money on a dress watch that I'm going to wear every day that goes well with a suit. If you're not, if you're more, if you have a job or a profession that doesn't require you to wear that, you probably want something a little bit tougher, a little bit different. And so that's why today is sort of the blue collar collection. We'll do the white collar collection later. But yeah, I want to be doing different collections for different types of people. So if you want like a suggestion for your lifestyle, let me know what kind of person you are and what kind of collection you'd like to look at, and that'll give me something to kind of think about and see if I can put out a collection for that as well. The other thing that we're going to do today, I'm actually going to give you 2 collections. So one is going to be kind of the watch enthusiast or watch snob approved collection. These are watches that are probably objectively the right answer in this category. Like and if I don't recommend them, people are probably going to bring it up and say, well, why wouldn't you just get a Seiko SKX, which is going to be on that collection. I'll go ahead and go those out of the way. Those are kind of what is largely considered to be, I think, the right answers or more appropriate answers you would do in this. And I think they're good watches, and you should definitely consider them. And then I'll give kind of the ones that I would go with, or that I did go with in this case, because this kind of blue collar collection is more in my wheelhouse. This is the kind of collection that I'm trying to craft because that's sort of revolves around my lifestyle. I wear casual watches on a daily basis. I'm not typically wearing dress watches every day, but I do have occasions to do it. So actually 2 of the watches that are in my recommendations are watches that I actually purchased. So with that said, let's go with the watch snob approved collection first. And I don't mean that derisively. I think these are great watches, and I've learned a lot from guys that have recommended these watches, and you've probably seen them already. But first one, obviously the Seiko SKX007. You've got a great dive watch with a great history, extremely reliable. Everybody seems to love this thing. I mean, obviously not everybody, but most people seem to really love this watch. And it's one that I seriously thought about getting. And it's one that, because of such, all the strong recommendations I saw about it, I was seriously considering getting it, and I almost did, but I wound up going a different direction. But I think it makes a great daily watch. It's got a 200-meter water resistance. You can pick it up for around $200 on Amazon. Comes with a metal bracelet. You can swap it out on different straps to give it different looks. Just would be a great everyday watch, and it's one that I think would be a great one for a collection if someone's trying to build that everyday collection. Second one, this is one that we looked at in the budget collection. So right off the bat, we're knocking 2/3 of our budget away on that one watch. But this is again probably going to be the watch you're going to wear most of the time. Okay, so that's why I think you should do that. So we're going to drop way down in price. We're going to go all the way down and pick up a Timex Metropolitan, which was in our budget collection. The price actually dropped down. It's now down to $35 on Amazon, which I think makes it an even greater buy. You can pick it up on I would say, if this is your only dress watch, go with the black and silver because that's more formal, and the silver and white face is maybe a little bit easier to match. You could pick up a brown strap at some place. Point, and then you have a dress watch that'll match any outfit that you're ever going to wear, and you have a nice dress watch that you can wear to occasions like that. It's a great budget dress watch. I think it looks really classy. Doesn't have the second hand again, which I think is kind of a plus for it, especially for a quartz watch, and that also elevates the formality, as some of the people were mentioning. So technically, this is a watch that you could wear in even the most formal situations, given that it's a very classy looking watch, but it's extremely affordable. And that'll get you covered for those times when you need a dress watch. And then finally, for your beater watch, you can pick up a Casio G-Shock. The DW5600 II is available on Amazon for about $40 right now. Gives you a 200-meter water resistance. It's a G-Shock, so it's incredibly tough. It'll handle almost anything you can get at it. If you're working in the yards, if you're doing sports, if you're exercising, it's got a timer on it. It's got a stopwatch, countdown timer. It's got a calendar programmed for the next 40 years. Maybe it's 30 years. I'm not sure. But for the foreseeable future, battery operated, just great beater watch that I think in that price range. You get those 3 watches, you're going to be covered for any situation. All of those watches come from reputable brands. All of them are very well reviewed watches. And yeah, I think you put all that together, you come up with about $275. That actually keeps you with $25 to give you some room for straps or whatever you want to buy. But you're doing that and you're getting 3 great watches. But again, those are kind of pretty standard watches. Those are ones that you're going to see recommended a lot. The ones that I'm going to recommend are slightly less, but I think they're still great watches. And there are a lot of people that recommend these ones as well. But yeah, so let's go with my collection, what I did. So my daily watch, and this is one of the first watches that I really set out to get. I called it my Grail watch in an earlier video. And that is this Citizen Nighthawk. Specifically, this one is the BJ700052 II version. Retails for about $200 on Amazon right now. And this is this is kind of my daily go-to watch. This is one of the watches that I wear the most often. And why would I go with this over an SKX? Well, part of it is the style. I prefer aviation pieces to divers, and so I like just the idea and the history behind an aviation watch appeals more to my personality than dive watches. It also is an extremely practical watch. I really appreciate the eco-drive movement. I appreciate that I basically don't have to worry about changing the battery for something like 30 years, and the thing will just keep running. I don't have to wind it. I don't have to worry about it needing a watch winder. All I have to do is wear it at least once every 6 months. It's going to keep going. It's very sturdy. It has a 200-meter water resistance, and I just really like the way it looks. I like all the complications on it. I love the lume. I love the GMT feature, which again for me was a really big thing in a daily watch. I want to have those multiple time zones because I live and work in Japan, and so I want to be able to easily have at a glance U.S. time and America time. U.S. time and Japan time. Anyways, there's a whole review on that. I could talk more about it there. But yeah, so that's why I took it over the SKX, because I think the things that it offers, they fit my personality and my needs better than an SKX would. Second watch for the dress watch. This is one that I don't have, but we're kind of dropping ourselves down here. I always want to have an automatic in a collection because I think that they are awesome to have. Even though again, I prefer to build my collection around quartz watches. I still want to have some automatic pieces. Obviously, in the other collection, the first one, you're getting the SKX as an automatic, and so right off the bat, you're getting it there. But to drop down this price range, to stretch a little bit. I would say go for this. Go to Gearbust and get a Guanqin GJ16034, 16034. That one's been it's been very positively reviewed by a number of the other watch channels. It's got an amazing price for what it offers. I just really love the look of it too. It doesn't look like an homage to something. I like the faceted face around it. It's just got a really nice style that I think is distinct. It's not like it's trying to be any other watch, and it is a little bit different. So I like that, and I do like the look of it. It's a very classy look. And then inside, it's got a Seiko movement. I think it's an NH36, if I remember correctly. But it's got it's got hacking. It's got hand winding. It's got a display case back. Everything you could hope for from a movement, and then for $67, $68, it's a great piece. It's a dress watch, so you can use that for your formal situations, and you can use it for casual situations as well. You got to order it from China. It's going to take a while for it to get shipped there. Warranty, I wouldn't rely on it too much, but again, you're only getting it for $67, and to me, it's a watch that I really like just based on the style itself. So you're not getting much out of the brand or the history. But the watch itself, I think, is a great watch for a great price, and I think it would make a great dress watch, and it gets you an automatic into this collection. That's going to take away a lot of our budget, so that doesn't leave a lot of money left for a beater. But what I think you can get, so that actually prices out that Casio G-Shock, which you might have thrown in here otherwise, and if you want to add an extra $10-20 to your budget, you might want to go for that one instead, because I think that would be the better choice than this one. But if you only got $30 to spend on a beater, I would recommend going with this Nixon Baja that I have. And you right now the price has dropped down to, I think it's, for this red one is $30 on Amazon right now. For different colors they go for a little bit more. This was originally a $150 watch, but Nixon watches, when they come out with new models, the older ones tend to hit the gray market and they get marked way down, so I think you can find some great deals there. For a beater watch, this one's really fun. It has a flashlight, it's got a thermometer, it's got a compass, it's got a countdown timer, it's got a stopwatch. It's got great backlighting. It's got dual time, so you can keep track of multiple time zones. 100-meter water resistance. It's got just a ton of really fun features. And actually, the flashlight is surprisingly useful. I use that a lot, where I'll be walking around the house at night or something, and I don't want to wake the kids up, and I can just easily hit the flashlight. Or if I'm coming home at night and I'm wearing it and I can't, I'm trying to find my keys in the dark, I can just hit a button on this and activate the flashlight, and it works pretty well. Oh, it's also got a thermometer on it, so it's just got a million features that you would never find in a $30 watch, but you can get it for $30 right now. The only downside to this one, I think, is the strap. A lot of people complain about that, and I don't particularly like it. It's got this kind of Velcro strap that's not terribly comfortable, and I feel like it could get kind of hot. But you can change it out. It's not easy, but it looks like if you get a small screwdriver, you can pull the pins out and swap it out for like a silicone strap or something. You'd probably be better off. But that's really the only downside that I've found to this. I'm worried about the battery not lasting because of that flashlight. But so far it hasn't given me a problem. But I would suspect that if you use that flashlight a lot, it's probably going to drain the battery faster. But again, so far that's worked well. So that gives us a total of $295 for my collection. Gives you three great watches. One watch you can wear every day. You can get a watch that you can wear on occasions when you need to dress up, for formal occasions, and then you got a beater watch for when you're afraid of getting your other watches damaged, or you just need those extra features like timers and stopwatches and flashlights and thermometers and compasses and all these other fun things. But I think those are both of those are two worthy collections that you can look at, and maybe you can try and mix and match those a little bit. I mean, you can the SKX and the Nighthawk are basically the same price, so you can easily swap those into either one of the collection if one appeals to you more than the other. But let me know what you guys think. What is your ideal blue collar 3-watch collection? So you're picking 3 watches for someone who doesn't wear a dress watch every day, wears a casual watch. Let me know what your 3 watches would be. Leave a note down in the comments. And other than that, hope to see you guys again next time. And thanks for watching. And please subscribe and like and comment. And love to interact with you guys. I'll talk to you later.